Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of Poor Man Gamer. Today we're going to go through a couple not decks that I've been using in the Masters League to help me rank up. I do notice a giant shift in the meta, which is, it almost feels like a double harvester deck is coming back into popularity. For the longest time in the game before the rebalance, a lot of the focus has been on a speed, aggressive decks, try to beat your opponent by winning the missiles. While that is still very much true, I have noticed that more and more gameplay nowadays, because of the way how much more expensive the tanks are, how much more expensive the MLRS is, I guess, to match it with the price of the Scorpion tank, so the Giga Cannon and everything else, and the viability of air units. I have noticed that double harvesters are like almost back in style now, so to say. So I'm going to show you guys what I mean here. So right here, the opponent opens with a double harvester. I'm going to show you all my games, warts and all. For the most part, I've had a lot of great success with these couple decks. So I go ahead and immediately pressure him. I do see his really irritating chem bugs at level 12, which is incredible. I open my laser squad, and I immediately try to body block him in case he charges up. And I go ahead and take out his bike. I absolutely have to protect my harvester. I have no choice here. My guy's only level 9 versus his level 11 bikes and level 12 chem bugs. So I go ahead and let my harvesters harvest again. And I roll up my tanks to counter all of his vehicles. Right? And I do the best I can to protect my harvester still. And the moment that I have the viability in terms of the economics, I am actually going to go ahead and roll up my own double harvester. Right? The reason is because I see a double harvester right in the beginning, and I am not able to pressure him because he's higher level. My only true counter to him is to open with my own harvesters to gain the economy back. So here, the missile's stalled out, which is to my advantage. I am trying my best to win this first one, but obviously he sent his second unit down. I charge up my laser squad, which I typically would never recommend anyone to do. I know I'm going to lose that laser squad, which is why I roll out a bike, which is very speedy, right, to contest that missile, and I go ahead and open with my Scorpion tank, right. Those level 11 bikes are so freaking strong. I know another chem buggy's coming. I know I'm walking into a cloud of death, but what choice do I have, right? I'm trying my best to contest this missile. So I go ahead. I have to move my tank on, and it's a very, very closely contested. The reason I use laser squads is because they do pretty good work against tanks, right? Except mine's only level 10, and he's got maxed out level 11 tanks. So, difficult. And I try to body block him, but I couldn't get there. His chem buggy is just way too strong, and he's got an early jump in terms of the economy. So I lose his missile. That's okay, right? I was able to save my economy enough money, and I start rolling out an Inferno. I would have had this match if I paid better attention, right? I honestly would have. I made one vital mistake, and you're going to see it very soon. I know that both of his harvesters are down there, so I go ahead and wrap him up, and I blow up both his harvesters, which is why I charge up his Inferno before he rolls out even stronger units. Bang, bang, right down he goes. I do see his cyborgs, and this is the first time I've seen level 12 cyborgs. Like, that's really freaking strong. I go ahead and use my 2 Inferno blasts. 1, 2, and the stupid thing is still alive, right? So I'll show you where I made my mistake here, which is I should not have killed his chem buggy. I should have just immediately went for his harvester. This one mistake cost me the game, and I'm going to show you guys why. So you see why I moved my Inferno right now? So because of where I moved my Inferno, I didn't pay attention, and I did not realize that his harvester was going to turn around, right, and block off my harvester. I didn't see it. I was so occupied with his cyborg on the top. I made a mistake here, and I didn't pay attention to my own harvester. Not only did I blow up my own harvester, like the absolute genius that I am, which you're going to see now, 3, 2, 1, bang. Not only did I blow up my harvester, not take down his own, I let the missile stall out, and I didn't notice my harvester was there. I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, what the heck? Oh no, my harvester! What are you doing, you idiot? And then I go ahead and try to form a triangle. Watch this. 1, 2, and a tank shot. And that cyborg still got off 2 shots. How freaking strong are those things? Right? I try to body block him, and I win the second missile. But because I lost that first missile, game's a long way from being over. I go ahead and I try to use my Inferno to clear off some of those bikes, right? Because that third missile is going to tick by very quickly. It's not until now I realize I have no economy. right? Well, that's not true. I have an economy, but because I'm rolling out expensive units, I needed that harvester, and I'm an idiot, right? I don't know what I was thinking rolling my Inferno down. I should just kept it there so that it didn't block off my flame troops from engaging the cyborgs. And I didn't realize like how quickly those cyborgs rip. Like they're so freaking strong. Like holy smokes, right? So I go ahead now. Boom! I am able to get a cyborg. But look, still alive, still alive, still alive, still alive, and I lose. Totally had a chance to beat this guy, even though he had stronger units. I make critical mistakes on my end. They're not mistakes that I would normally make. I usually pay a little bit more attention to that. Totally my bad, right? Should have glanced down. Don't make assumptions. So I'm going to show you that this deck here with Not, I have been able to be quite successful with it, right? It involves a laser squad, flame troop, bike, scorpion, tank, the Inferno, and a phantom. I'm sure you guys have seen this used by Bike Rush, Showdown, and Unleash Your Destiny and everything. The reason they use it is because it works really, really well, right? I want to show you guys that even though I only have level 9 Infernos, that this deck is super viable. So as a start with this deck, especially on these maps, I immediately roll out my laser squads or whatever it is I'm using because I'm scared they're going to rush my harvester. Because I only have a level 9 commander, I am always worried about rolling out a double harvester blindly right in the beginning. It's something I try not to do because I just don't have high enough levels. If I was at the same level as my opponent, I would probably do a little bit more. So I go ahead and use my laser squad, and I notice that he's just got a bunch of cyborgs and he's got a bunch of vehicles. My laser squad did a great job distracting him on the bottom and drew everything away from my harvesters. So I don't think he actually saw that I opened with a double harvester yet, right? So, which is great for me. I go ahead and engage him on the top. I don't want him to know I have a double harvester, right? He doesn't know that. He thinks I have a single harvester. So I know I'm going to lose this missile no matter what I do. So I go ahead and just give it to him, right? That's why I just stopped my bike there. What can I possibly do against him? Nothing, right? And this allows me to build up an economy. So that allows me to build up my... I accidentally clicked the flame troop by accident. What I meant to build was a laser squad. So please forgive me for that. And you're just gonna see here is just a whole bunch of song and dance. He comes a stealth tank. Like, stealth tank is another unit that I've seen used a lot more. The reason I charge up my tank is because I really need to knock out that stealth tank. Right, that was the main reason. Stealth tank costs 90 Tiberium. Right, they're very, very strong units. I know that Chem Buggy's coming, which is my Scorpion tanks right there. Right, I am trying my best to shoot a Scorpion tank, but he does a really good job microing it away. Those stealth tanks are really, really powerful units, right? They really are. They absolutely crush me every single time. The reason I roll a laser squad is because I need to eventually take care of that stealth tank. So right now, with my laser squad, there's a stupid Chem Buggy again. I noticed that the third missile tile on the bottom is weakly defended because it only had one bike, which is why I rolled it out. And now I can finally roll out my Inferno, which should absolutely do some damage against him. So boom, take out his 2 laser squads, which is fantastic, right? And there's a stealth tank again. And because I am on 3 missiles, he's only on 2. I charge up my Inferno. I was hoping to get one more shot off. I do, and I get this missile. Even though it was really close, I got it, right? And that's all that counts. Stealth tanks are so deadly. I would totally have it in my Not deck if I could. Unfortunately, they're cards that are very, very difficult to come by. Right? I mean, look at that. A level 8 stealth tank just crushes a level 11 Scorpion. I know it's not a leveled up level 11, but still. So out comes the Inferno again, and really the purpose of this deck is just to assert my dominance. I go ahead, I roll out another Inferno, right? And I'm trying to pressure his Harvester because I know that stealth tanks are not cheap, and he's only had one, what do you call it? He's only ever had one Harvester the whole time. I was fortunate to get this win. It was actually kind of sloppy, right? Could have gone a little bit better, but I still think it's a demonstration that this deck is viable, right? And then I'm going to show you guys another example of a knock that I've been using that's been a lot of fun, and that's a Not deck with an avatar. So this deck, I basically replaced the Inferno with an avatar. The only reason I have a level 9 avatar is because the crates dropped a whole bunch of avatar cards for me a bunch of times in a row. Otherwise, I wouldn't have it. I think the Avatar is a lot better unit than the Mammoth Tank. And as usual, I open with a Harvester. I don't have the guts to open with a double Harvester, especially with going against GDI because of the Jump Jet Rush. So I see that he has a Rhino, right? And we're actually going to see things from his perspective because, so there it is. I didn't know that he was going to open with a double Harvester, right? That's why I'm scouting down here. And because I see that he has a double Harvester, I immediately open my own. Because I know that means he's got no economy to rush me now, right? It's really about defending that early rush. So I go ahead and send out my, I built my War Factory. Because I know he had a War Factory opening, and I'm trying my best right now to just to put a little bit of extra punch on his Harvesters. So there it is. I'm trying my absolute best to pressure him and his Harvester. I do see his Predator tank. I'm just going to let that bike go ahead and die. Right. I wait till the last second to charge up my Scorpion tank, because I know the Predator tank is not very quick. And that allows me to pressure his Harvester and finish it off and run away. Hit and run, literally. Right? I open my Laser Squad on the top. And I also have a Flame Squad to take care of his laser troops. And now it's just a song and dance. I move my tank to the top to take care of his Rhino, right? And I immediately move my infantry away because I'm not going to go against his Lieutenant Strong Arm for no reason. I move my laser back to take on his Predator tank, except bad micro on my part. I click on the wrong tile. So I took a few shots from the Lieutenant Strong Arm for no reason. And now I put myself in a bind because I got a bunch of weak units on the top, right? And I do see his laser squad, and my flame troops can't go anywhere. So, fortunately, I had level 11 Scorpion tanks against his level 9 Pred tanks, right? I'll admit it, right? I have a level advantage. I'm going to use it. So, should have tile blocked him instead of running away from his zone troop, right? Bad mistake on my part. And all of this time, I was able to build up my economy, and out comes the Avatar. And the Avatar, once it's charged up, is pretty hard to stop, and I am able to win this missile, right? And there you have it. So the Avatar is going to be able to roast him instead of blindly storming his base, right? Which is I never recommend. I actually go ahead and target his economy to make sure that I beef up mine as much as possible. If he's got no economy after rolling out a Titan and Zone Troopers, then I know that I've done my best to pitch him in a bind. Here's how you use the Avatar. If you know it's going to die, go ahead and let it die where the infantry is. So go ahead and watch it from his view. I purposely let the Avatar die there on the top, so then BAM! I do a little bit extra damage on all of his units. That's why I love the Avatar, and that's why I think is a better unit than the Mammoth Tank. Alright, so now again, I'm trying to prevent him from building any sort of an economy, because I know he's got Tech Lab units, right? And I figured with all of these Harvesters that I've crushed, there's no way that he's going to be able to build something strong enough to respond to me. So this is why I go ahead and let my Avatars crush him on the bottom. I block him off, and I try to prevent even more economy from going. And at this stage of the game is basically over. There's no way he's going to win this because he can't harvest, and I cannot imagine he had any economy left. So this is the deck that I prefer over the Inferno, if you can pull it off. The Inferno is also a very viable deck, and these are the two decks that I've been using to help me level up on the Nod side. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a wonderful day. Take care.